Yup, sirree, you heard that right. Jamamations has officially turned 3 years old. I know. You must be wondering why 3 years is so important to me. Well, I'll tell you. In a little bit, we still have celebration plans to go over. I'll be drawing this piece in the background of this video. But then, I'll also go over some other stuff as well. Be prepared for some Q&A, some epic lore drops, and some special announcements for later on. So sit back and enjoy the celebration as we celebrate 3 years. Well, good folks, it has officially been 3 years. Jamamations' birthday is on September 9th, and wow. And I know it seems a little bit silly to be celebrating only 3 years of a channel that barely has that much notable content, but this channel is special to me, and all of you guys are special to me, and why not celebrate a little small achievement? You know what I mean? I've always wanted to make an official art channel, but the way I went about it when I was smaller was a little weird. But now that I have a full understanding of YouTube, it's great that I started a channel. Did that make sense? I don't know. I've always loved sharing my characters and sharing my creations, and ever since I started sharing them online, it was very fun. In the past, I used to make little comics and pass them around to some of my friends, and I'd make the comics in these little composition books that I had left over because my school asked for a lot of composition notebooks, so I always ended up with free notebooks just lying around. So I took a little notebook and made some sketches, and I'll put some of the comics I made on screen. But they were so fun, really fun to make, and I got to share them with some of my friends, and they used to just read it and enjoy it. And I remember being so happy that they enjoyed the characters I made and they enjoyed the artwork I made. My art style probably wasn't as clear as it is now, but it's still readable in a way. Eventually, I went from sharing comics with my friends to posting stuff about my characters online. So out of the millions of characters I made, I posted one of them on YouTube, and I'm sorry, it's a really bad name, but I named it Drawing, and I remember I made a cute little video on it, and I'll put a clip of it right now.
New friend, Drawing. There he is, waiting for you to ask him anything you want.
But yeah, I made a little Q&A, my first little Q&A on that little YouTube channel, and I remember my friends were asking a whole bunch of questions, and I'd write little responses and make it seem like, Drawing was answering the questions. So that was my real first time sharing any of my art on, YouTube. And eventually, I went on to make animation memes of Drawing and all his other friends. And yeah, I was one of those animation meme kids. Yeah. It's so stupid. So if you don't know what an animation meme is, basically it's an animation, usually dancing or going to the beat or the lyrics of a song. And you can put whatever characters you want in there. Usually fandoms do it to put their favorite characters in there and just bobbing their head to the music or something. But yeah, that's what I used to do. And as I went on doing more animation memes, I started introducing people to more and more characters from the comics I made. And yeah, I made so much characters, it's crazy. Although on that channel, I did a whole bunch of other random things, and I started recording vlogs and stuff. But there was no clear, objective of the channel. It was really just to post stuff about me and stuff about my characters. I think later on, as I started drawing more and more over the years, I made this one character like from a little nickname I had from a friend. So he used to call me Jam. So, because, the first 3 letters of my name is Jam. So I decided to make a character out of that, and I ended up making my persona Jam Jarvis. So before I used Jam in any of my animations, I used to make like little comics with him, and I used to mix it in with the comics I was making. So there's this series I made called Mixed Worlds, which is basically the comics I showed earlier. And it was just a whole bunch of random OCs from different comics I've made over the years and different medias I made over the years. And I mixed them all into one island all together. So I tried to redo the story over and over, and as I added more characters, I started to redo the story over and over again, but I couldn't really finish it because it just never got done. It just kept getting reset and reset. So there's a couple of images of, my persona being one of the characters in there. I'll add them into the video. But yeah. Also, if you want to know about my 2 little guys, Owen and Penny, they were made like way before, all the other characters came along and before Jam Jarvis. So they're basically the originals of the originals. So made that little channel, and I couldn't really keep up with it either. I think there was a point where I just had to stop because I couldn't keep up with all my promises, and I couldn't really, do the animations as good as I wanted it to. So there was a point where I just stopped doing YouTube videos. Also, I was scared that, since it was on a school account, I was scared that I was going to lose everything I've made altogether. So when I got my new phone, I decided to make a new channel, and probably guessing what it is already. Yep, that's right. I made Jamamations. A lot of planning went into Jamamations, weirdly enough. I was working on channel banners, what the character would look like, and then before the vision of Jamamations was to interview people and animate it. So what I did was I took all of my friends and asked them which type of characters they wanted me to animate them as if I were to interview them. And I made a little plan sheet and spreadsheet of what each of my friends would look like in this little weird little world. And back then, this is when my animations used to be a little blocky, and I had a yellow backpack. Oh my goodness, I cannot stand that yellow backpack. But I made the welcome trailer, I interviewed my friend, and I started to, make the little interview. And this was all during COVID, and I realized that I couldn't really interview everybody because of this little nonsense of a virus. So I started doing small little animations with my thick brushes and my very weirdly creative mind. And I gotta say, it was really hard back then trying to do a lot of animations because, as you know, animation does take time and it does take a lot of effort. So if I were to do anything for this channel, I would have to post month by month, and yeah. But wow, I really gotta say this channel was a blessing in disguise, because if I didn't have it, I don't exactly know what I would have done later on. Making animations and making art was such a great escape because I had such an imaginative mind. So I was able to come up with scenarios to animate or scenarios to draw. And times where I couldn't find my voice or I couldn't speak up, I always had, maybe like art to help me. I remember I made this dumb little animation, and it was like it was a vent post, I think. And I made it to express how much I feel like, because I was at a low point back then. I felt like, you know, if I were sadder or concealed or just kept to myself, everything around me would be better and people's lives wouldn't be such a miserable one. But I got out of that mindset of thinking, but I did try to persuade that in that one vent animation. I remember I got a comment from a viewer that I didn't know, and I remember him or they telling me that it was a good animation. So that one was a real motivator, and it kind of made me, you know, go off, I guess. So as you know, I started posting more and more animations, more and more stuff, Q&As, different animation compilations, anything animated I post on here. And now we have finally led up to this very moment, the 3rd year of me working on this channel. I want to take this moment to say thank you so much. Like, literally, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't even thank you enough. You've been such a help, and I'm speaking to you specifically. Thank you. If I didn't have even the littlest of support, I don't think I would ever really continue this channel, because, you know, animating for a long time, it does take a lot of time away, but you guys have always been a motivator for me, and you've always pushed me. And I remember, like, a lot of my friends, like, parents telling me, like, oh my god, I seen your channel too. And it's like, it's so good. It feels so good. I love all your support, and even the littlest of support. I'm so grateful. And I know this channel is kind of slow and slowing down, but you guys always help me continue. Even if I'm at my lowest, you guys are such a motivator. I swear, I even, like, pushed myself way too much. I pushed myself so much this year, actually, to post, like, so many new things, because all I wanted to do was just do it all for you. So this is all for you, you know? I hope that makes sense. I don't know. So the biggest takeaway of this 3-year celebration, and the reason I'm doing this in the first place, is basically just a big thank you to you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't even have some of the opportunities I have now. I wouldn't even have the motivation to continue going. But thanks to all your support, I want to keep going. I want to keep making this channel better. I want to keep doing better. I want to keep going. I remember when I made my first Instagram account, all of you guys noticed me and all of you guys fled. And I know most of you guys, I know you, but even to some of the people I don't know, as I made the account and as I kept posting on there, you guys noticed me and, you know, supported me. And it's just amazing. People I don't know supporting me. That's crazy. But enough of me rambling. The whole reason I made this 3-year anniversary thing is really just a major thank you to you guys, and a major thank you to all the support you have given me. And this is my way of saying I'm grateful. But yeah, we have other stuff to discuss, so I'm not gonna make this take up a big portion. You know, it already has taken a chunk, but I'm gonna continue with the other stuff. So let's get on with the other stuff, shall we? And now for a Q&A session. Petty, can you pass me the questions, please? These questions are all from you guys on Instagram. Thank you very much for participating in this emergency Q&A thing I did. Anyways, without further ado, here are you guys' questions. When are we going to collab? Oh my goodness, I forgot again. What would you do if, okay, so he said yes would go. Ooh, this one's a hard one. Actually, do you have any art style inspirations? Yeah, I have plenty actually. I remember talking about this a while back in a different video, but I guess I could go into more detail. You know how in Steven Universe, the characters, when they're far away, they have this little like face that they have. I know it sounds a little stupid, but that's technically one of my art inspirations. I guess since my style is still developing, some of the people I follow and some of the people like I've seen, like some of the other artists I've seen, I guess they're an inspiration too. And I wish I could link all of them in here, but I don't think I could do that. That's weird. I swear there was more, but that doesn't matter. We can always have another Q&A another time. Thanks, buddy. You've been a real help. Anyways, let's get on to the next section. Oi, me again. So, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I am sick right now. Like, through this whole making of this video, I felt sick. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I posted this video out as soon as possible. I don't really feel the energy to really put anything else on this little section, so I'm just gonna have a little, you know, gift of me and Penny dancing, if anything. So let's go over the special announcement section. So to change up a little content around here and to make things a little, you know, more art related, like, you know, flat art related, I don't know, I decided to make a sketchbook tour just for you guys, and the video is already done. Like, it's already edited. I'm just figuring out a day to post it, so maybe I'll post it soon. And also, I have some Halloween videos coming up by October, so trailers for the videos will be out the end of this month, so be on the lookout. That'll do it for this video. Thank you for celebrating with me, and thank you so much again for all your support, and thank you for watching this video. See you later.